Hello, and welcome to our channel, Vedic Solutions, and I am your host, Harinama Chintamani. This video is going to be a little different from the others which I have given that have directly related to Srila Prabhupada's teachings and to the books he gave his life to translate. And that is because on this spiritual journey, many of us have encountered various levels of trauma and abuse. And so it's very important that we understand that we need to take help so that we can begin to come out of the experience and the belief systems that become buried within our psyche and within our bodies from going through these experiences. And I know this personally, and I deal with this every single day of my life because within the organization of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, I experienced the worst abuses that can be imagined for an extended period of time, many, many years, over 10 years. And it isn't that all of them took place within the temple structures. I was taken to various places, including underground military bases where hideous experiments were going on. And I guarantee you from what I saw there, that whatever is being shown to you around AI right now is 40 or 50 years behind what they were doing, because I was involved in these kinds of experiments 45 years ago. So I know this personally, and I know what it takes to heal, to come back from this level of trauma and abuse. And it's very, very difficult. So I wanted to outreach to some of you out there who may be struggling and thinking that I'm saying to you, oh, it's easy. You just read Srila Prabhupada's books and you chant Hare Krishna, and somehow everything you're dealing with on the mental, emotional, physical level, and even spiritual is going to just go away. We need to address these deeper issues. If one has a broken leg, one has to deal with that broken leg. So if there are disturbances in the mind, disturbances originating from the heart, which cause difficulties for the entire body, these have to be addressed. And I've definitely seen amongst those who I grew up with in the Krishna consciousness movement, who are around my age and younger as well, having so many difficulties and not choosing to address them. People who are engaged in addictive behaviors. And I've also seen some finger wagging amongst those who are older against those who are younger and who have been through quite a lot in their lives in relationship to the organization, because they wanted to stop the next generation from manifesting the fullness of their gifts, and they were targeted and harmed terribly. And so there's been a lot of finger wagging. Oh, they're engaged in this activity and that activity. It's immoral and it's against our principles. Yes, it is immoral. Yes, it is against principles. At the same time, it is also a reflection of deeper disturbances. So, as each of us goes on our journey of healing into wholeness, then we have that opportunity to extend to others a level of generosity and compassion. It isn't that we're sentimental. If somebody is engaged in activities that are harmful and they are unable to hear we can certainly keep them in our hearts in prayer. Because remember, even Lord Jesus spoke about this. One needs to separate the sinful activities, sinful meaning that which is against our own godly nature and which will not bring us happiness, but will only serve to cover us over more and more so that we cannot even recognize the light that we are, the souls that we are, the connection of God that we all have naturally. Those are sinful activities. And so let us keep within our hearts a prayerful mood toward those who are engaged in this way and are unable as yet to come to the other side of those addictions, because many times buried underneath are experiences that are so shocking for the psyche that they would rather avoid them. But I can promise you that as frightening as it may feel to some parts of us who were helpless when we went through these terrible ordeals, it is much better to face them because we've already been through the worst. And with support and association and an understanding from these teachings of Srila Prabhupada that we are eternal, that we are souls, that we are good. Even knowing this philosophy, I struggled for years with so much shame, thinking that somehow everyone else was going to be saved except me. It doesn't make any sense in a conscious level. But when there's been a lot of harm done intentionally, purposefully, to degrade the heart and the mind to such a level that one feels irredeemable, it's very difficult to come out of that. But it is possible. Why? Because it is not the truth. These are coverings. If you have a diamond, no matter what you heap on top of that diamond, it is still there. It still exists, right? And as those coverings are taken off, that diamond, in its full beauty and illumination, becomes revealed. And so the healing journey, accompanied with the spiritual foundation that is available in Srila Prabhupada's books, very powerful combination. And I hope soon, by Krishna's grace, that we'll be able to establish a website and give more direction that has to do with this healing journey, because it's very important. So many have experienced a lot of trauma and suffering in their life, and maybe still are, and need that support along the way with the healing journey. So I wanted to make this video to encourage all of you to remember that on the deepest core of who you are, it is all good, because every living being comes from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Krishna, who is all good, the source of goodness, the source of beauty, the source of love. That is our source. Hare Krishna. Thank you for listening.